Welcome back, awesome students. I'm your teacher, Mr. North, and this is Knowledge Now. So, I wanted to do a quick mental health video to check up on y'all. Um, there are quite a few things going on in the world, and I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you the different stages of grief as you are moving through, in the event that you have a situation that actually causes you to go through grief. So now let's first define these are the five stages of grief. But before we do that, the definition: deep sorrow, especially that's caused by someone's death. Now, or trouble or annoyance. Okay, this is in reference to the deep sorrow. Now, with all of the things going on in the world, a lot of a lot of you really don't know what's going on. And because of that, you're being bombarded, or the family members around you are being bombarded with a lot of misinformation, and it can cause a great level of grief. And that's that's perfectly normal. Grief is the response to loss, particularly the loss of someone or something that has died, to which a bond or affection was formed. Although conventionally focused on emotional responses to loss, it also has physical, cognitive, behavioral, social, cultural, spiritual, and psychological dimensions. So grief is real. I will say it one more time. Although conventionally focused on the emotional response to loss, it also has physical, cognitive, physical, your physical body, your cognitive, your brain, your behavior and how you act, your social, and that's how you interact with others, social, your cultural, how you define yourself within a group subset, spiritual, within your spirit, which is really, really real, and your philosophical dimensions, and that's your philosophy on how you carry through life. I am going to hit you with some information that's going to rattle and shock your brain. And you once you get that information, because it's so contrary to the established way of that you've been brought up to believe, yeah, there will be some grief experienced. It's okay. If everything was the same all the time, you would never grow. Comfort kills growth. So part of this journey is us ensuring that we are growing, we are evolving, we are transitioning to the next level of awareness, insight, in order for us to achieve our goals. So, these are the five stages of grief. The first stage of grief will be denial. Whenever you hear something that rattles your very being, the very first response that most people have, the natural response, is to just deny it. Oh, that's not it. That's not real. It can't be true. When you find out you're in a relationship and someone's cheating on you, what do? The first thing you think to yourself is, man, they can't be. They can't be. And in a relationship, in a deception, a relationship is actually a good example. I'll just run with that because, you know, this is part of something that you all are going through, and everyone goes through it, so why not go ahead and use it as a prime example for once you find true new information or that I provide to you. Just you can equate it to, you thought that you knew someone real well but you really didn't, and then they ended up deceiving you and harming you and hurting you. So these are the things that you go through. So after I go through your phase of denial, the next phase is anger. Just as in the first example, once you figure out, or once you start entertaining the idea of they cheated on you, then the next step that you're going to do is you're going to say, you're going to be mad at them. You're going to call and vent to other people. You may call them. Some people, it's called a crime of passion when someone harms someone. and that's because they're out of anger. The next step that you'll go through is the bargaining. Maybe it was something I did, maybe it was something I didn't see. What if, they didn't actually, what if I'm just confused? What if they actually didn't do it? What if I'm being too hard on them? What if that information isn't valid or credible? Then the next step is the depression. It's like, woe is me. This is so messed up. I had so many great plans for this person. My energy level is off. My feelings are bad, and I don't even know which direction to go. I don't know if I'm ever going to love again. I don't even know if I want to even, be in another relationship. And then the last and the most important is the acceptance. Part of being an adult is accepting everything and understanding that things aren't going to go your way. That's part of the existence that we live in. And it's not ideal for the individual, but it's amazing for the collective. So put it like this: you do this person is did deceive you and you don't want to offer them another opportunity, then accepting that and moving on will be to your benefit, as opposed to you going and trying to change them, trying to make them not treat you in a bad light, and to have that opportunity to not be a victim. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So there's a lot of insight. You learn a lot from your mistakes, and you learn a lot from, you know, grief. Grief gives you an opportunity to look inward and see really what's going on with you. Um, Re-examining, and in my case, the information that I'm going to share to the best of my abilities while on this. If you're in class, you're going to get something different. Um, and that's just the best way to put it, because we'll be in a more personal situation and it'll be less room for misinterpretation by me presenting information. But I'm going to do my very best to give as much information as possible while at the same time preserving the integrity of the class and ensuring that, um, we have the least amount of anger as possible, because some of the things that we have been taught to do within the system are not in your best interest, but in the best interest of the system. So the information I share with you will be in your best interest for you to look into it. If you want to continue to follow the status quo and do whatever you're told to do in that light, that's entirely up to you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you want to go in that route, just know what you're going to be dealing with in the aftermath. But if you would like to break free from a lot of the misconceptions that have been plagued on you with the information that you've been presented, then I am more than willing and open to sharing the insights that I've developed over the years. So these are the 5 stages of grief. That I have a poster outside the classroom. So I figured, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and show the students what I have going on, who are not able to go through this, because mental health is real. Mental health is real. Mental health is real. So I want to make sure that you go through that process, understand that process, and be able to readily identify where you're at. Someone can hit you with some information, and then you find yourself within this paradigm of what you're going through, because that grief, that loss, that experience is beyond what you wanted. So that's it, y'all. I don't want to talk you to death. I really appreciate all of you. And you already know, don't forget, take your vitamins, read a book, drink some water, go to sleep early, make a new friend, and I'll see you on the next one.